Should be. I mean, it just barely hit the go.
No, I got myself logged out. Here, hold on. Gotta get back in there.
Fix, so it should log in.
Gonna refresh it. Hello, everybody on Instagram joining us. Oh, and Are We Piggy says hi. Oh, yes, I can do that. Hi, Valerie. I'm not sure who Valerie is, but hello. And if you're watching, I'm so glad that you're here, Valerie.
She just asked if you'd say hi to Valerie?
Yeah, she asked if I'd say hi to Valerie. So, hello, Valerie. I love that. I don't know, but now I kind of want to know who Valerie is.
Yeah, tell us who Valerie is.
You'll have to tell us who Valerie is, because now I'm curious.
Unless you want to keep it secret. Some people don't like to say the name of their kids on live. This is live.
Gotcha. Yeah, this is live, everybody, so they know. Yay, I'm seeing people say that they just placed orders and got some fun stuff. Oh, and we are live on YouTube and Facebook, too. So hello to Faceback.
You should totally call it that.
Faceback. I don't even, I'm not quite sure where that came from, guys. But we're live, so you get to have all of Darbie's bloopers at your will.
This
so you can watch it back later and notice. That's great. They say that they can hear us clearly. So that's always great.
Yeah.
Danny has a little bit of an echo, but just you.
I have an echo?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not cool.
That's just Danny's voice.
Well, you keep talking to everybody.
Yeah, that's just Danny's voice.
Check.
He's just very echoey. Okay, so while we're waiting for Danny, I'm going to go through comments here and say hello to everybody. Hello. And let's see. Oh, we have Nicole Bolthouse joining us from Okinawa. Wow, that is super cool. I love how Kayla says aloha from Oregon. Aloha from Idaho. Okay. And hello, Vicky. Hello, Minnie from the Philippines. Hello, Laura from Maine. We have some people joining us that haven't seen it live in a while. I'm going to look back at Instagram here. Hello, everybody. Oh, I see you guys mentioning the big sale that we have going on, our Star Wars sale. So yesterday we had May the 4th be with you, and today is Revenge of the 5th. So for those of you watching that didn't know that we had a sale going on today, you want to go check that out because it's a today only sale. There's a select 5 oils that you can get for $5 a piece. That is a steal, and they're really good ones too. They're ones that you can use for a lot of different things. So that is going on today. That is not primarily what Danny and I are going to talk about today, but I'm super great that people brought that up. And Little One says the 5th sale was a surprise. Yeah, it was a surprise to me too, because in years past we've done, we usually try to do a sale on May 4th, but this was a new sale. Oh, and if you guys couldn't hear in the background, our studio is in the warehouse. So if you hear Hulk smashing in the background there, that's what's going on. All right, gonna go back and look at YouTube and Facebook. So if you guys have taken advantage of this sale the past couple days, yesterday's or today's, which one of the select oils did you choose, or did you take the plunge and get all of them?
Testing.
Let's see here. Oh, Retta Wade, happy birthday. It is Retta on Facebook's birthday. Happy birthday, Retta. I had a birthday, I guess it was like a week ago now.
Happy birthday.
So we almost have close-ish birthdays to each other. So happy birthday to you.
Can you guys hear me now? Let's see.
Tiffany Rose says the live is glitching. Is anybody else having an issue with glitching on Facebook? I hope
Tiffany
not.
on YouTube or Facebook?
She is on Facebook.
Okay.
She said it's glitching, but that's the only one that I'm seeing. So I'm hoping that we're not having a glitching problem.
So I've kind of figured out what's going on there, and I've worked on, so we've changed what we're using for our streaming platform and hopefully make it even better quality, but it might be streaming out a quality that's so high that it's having a problem.
So pristine is what you meant.
Yeah.
It's just so pristine.
Yeah, I might be sending out a signal that's too strong for what people are able to get. So if you're still seeing glitches.
I'm seeing a lot of people that are not having glitches.
Yeah, let me know.
Yes, but that's really good feedback because we do have some troubleshooting errors sometimes.
Yeah.
And you're not echoing anymore.
I'm not echoing anymore. And hopefully you can hear me because if I'm too loud, so right now I'm sitting in here with Darbie instead of sitting over there and listening to audio and stuff. So we're really dependent on you guys to let us know.
I like it better when Danny, which I feel bad. Instagram can't see you.
That's okay.
But so
I'm right
for
here.
those of you on Instagram, Danny is technically here sitting next to me. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, then you guys can see Danny.
Yeah.
But Danny is always behind the camera, and I always say, Danny, you need to be on the camera more. We
Well,
wanna see your
today,
face.
the reason I wanted to be on the camera today is because I kind of want, it's been a while since I felt like we've gotten to talk to people watching. And
Yeah.
so I really am hoping, and again, if my voice is too loud, let me know, guys, but I'm really hoping to talk to people that we haven't seen for a while.
Well, and I just feel like we're all we get to be in the same room together. You
Yeah.
know, right? It's like, I wish that we could fit all of you into this studio, but I feel like doing things like this, it's our closest way of us all kind of getting together and talking about, some of our favorite things. And we're going to talk about some fun products today too that just came out.
Yeah, so that's, why don't we get started there? I really wanted to go over, let's start with the blends.
With the blends? Okay.
And have you tell us what's in the blends
Absolutely.
and what does it smell like?
Okay, so I'm going to
all
hold
that
this
fun
up
stuff.
to both cameras. That's
Yeah,
the
and I can
camera, right?
actually- yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
go
Danny's
through
going to
it.
give you guys a close-up. So I'm going to talk about the summer blends first. So for those of you that have never watched watched me on lives, because I'm not on lives a lot, but I work in our product development team. And I'm super excited about this new launch because some of these products are my very first products that I was the manager for them during their little journey and process coming to you guys. So I'm a little biased talking about them. And
Which is crazy because how long have you been in this position?
I started in this position in January. So I've been with plant therapy for almost 3 years, working in retail. And then I started in product development in January. And so I took over our hand soaps and a lot of our body care products when I started. And these were my very first ones that I got to jump in and work on and get them ready to come to you guys by this summer. And I actually really can't believe it's already here. Because when I started working on them in January, I literally started working on these in January. I'm like, oh my gosh, May, that's so far away. Well,
I've got
here we
plenty
are.
of time.
Yeah, here we are, it's May. But I'm going to talk about the blends first because these other products wouldn't be possible if we didn't have these blends, and it's our blends of summer. We have 2 returning blends. So if you are if you've been a customer with us for a while, Sun Kissed and Mountain Retreat are blends that we have carried before. And then Farm Fresh Flowers is our brand new one. So I'm going to choose my favorite first because, well, I can. So
And which one's your favorite?
Sun Kissed. So this is Sun Kissed, and can we just talk about for a second how cute the new limited edition oil packaging is with
let
these
me-
clear labels?
Yeah, let me
Look
show
at
these
them.
guys.
Yeah, show everybody on Facebook
Kind of
and
hard to
YouTube.
show with this.
So with a lot, we're not doing these with our regular oils that are on the shelf all the time, but this is something that we've been doing with some of our limited time oils, like our spring oils, and I know our Lucky and Luckier and Luckiest, they came out in this packaging. I just think it's really fun because I don't know, it's just something different. But we're gonna start with Sun Kissed. Can I open these, Danny?
Yeah,
Are these allowed to be
absolutely.
open? Okay, so this one is
I wanna know what they
very
smell like.
favorite, and you guys are gonna know really quickly in a second that these are my favorite. Oh my gosh, who
Maybe
did
you
this?
can't open them.
Who did this? Guys, I literally, here, I need Danny's
It
muscles.
may have been. Well, and I don't know if I have muscles either.
Who torqued that? That is,
Gosh, that is on there tight.
well, we might just have to talk about Sun Kissed.
Oh no, I got
Because I
a.
know what it smells like.
I got a tool.
Okay, Danny's gonna get a tool. I'm gonna talk about another one while he's doing that. So let's talk about the other returning one, Mountain Retreat. I did see someone ask on Facebook if Mountain Retreat was new. It actually is not. I want to say it was new last year. I'm seeing a lot on social media. Is Mountain Retreat the same as Mountain Air? Mountain Air was a blend that we had a couple years ago. Now Mountain Air and Mountain Retreat are different. They use a lot of the similar oils, but they are different. I feel like one is a little bit more floral while one's more earthy. But if you liked Mountain Air, I really think you'll like Mountain Retreat. Mountain Retreat has bergamot in it. We have cedarwood. We have some grapefruit. We have black spruce, amorous, one of my favorites, juniper, and a little bit of rhododendron in there. So I can't remember what this one smells like. I haven't smelled it since last summer. Yeah, so this one's definitely, to me, the little more coniferous one.
Than the mountain.
Yeah.
I
It's a
actually
little
have
bit more. You
mountain-
can smell the spruce in there.
Oh, that
I
smells
really
good.
smell the bergamot. And I smell the cedarwood. The cedarwood is what comes out to me the most. So it has kind of that like tree smell to it. I really like it. It's really refreshing. And it may sound really cliche because this is the name Mountain Retreat, but it literally smells.
Dang.
I mean,
smells
it
good.
literally smells like you're in the mountains. I'm going to smell Mountain Air. I guess Mountain Air was last year, wasn't it? I thought Mountain Retreat was here last year. We have carried, I'm
I
pretty
think
sure, Mountain Retreat before.
I thought that was pretty new.
And I could be getting that completely mixed up because we just love the name mountains and lots of things.
So one of
they're
the reasons
different.
I love holly berries is because it smells like Christmas and citrus to me. Or
Yeah, that's a really good description.
I think Mountain Retreat, I can smell it just has a nice blend of floral, and I can smell the bergamot, I
Yeah,
think.
Mountain Air is really, really
that's
sweet
really
to
good.
me, while I get more of the tree smells in Mountain Retreat. If you guys like going to the mountains and you like, whoa, Danny.
Sorry about that.
Watch yourself. If you like going to the mountains and just smelling that really crisp air, like you can smell like the bark on the trees and things like that, like when you're camping, you would absolutely love Mountain Retreat because that's exactly what it smells like to me. I saw a question really quick I want to go back to. I saw a couple questions I want to so they don't get lost. Shelly is asking, is green mandarin the same as the organic mandarin PT previously had, or was that red mandarin? That's a really good question, Shelly. I definitely would recommend that you reach out to CS about that because I don't want to get this wrong, but they are the same. Like it's another. When we did our new labels and renaming, we put the green on there, but from my understanding, it is the same as the mandarin that we were carrying before.
Okay.
I actually asked this question when I was in the store when we got some of the new labels in because they had the same botanical name. And really, guys, if that's how you know if something is the same, is you want to look at the botanical names, and the botanical names are the same. But like I said, reach out to CS and they can give you a more clarified answer of that in case I told you wrong. Hopefully I didn't.
I was totally about to contradict you and be like, no, they sound different to me.
Yeah, and that is kind of interesting. With putting the word green on there, I think, it makes it seem like it would be different. And then Tina asked, is Sunkissed Sunshine from last year? It is not. Sunkissed and Sunshine are very, very different. They're going to have a really crisp, citrusy aroma to them, but Sunkissed, it's open now, so I can smell it. I keep this at my desk. I love it so much. Sunkissed has Mei-Chang in it. Mei-Chang is very similar to lemongrass, and it just adds that crispness. This is a really weird description, but when I smell it, it like tickles my nostrils a little bit. Like I smell it, I'm like, ooh, hello. It's just like a little wake you up. It's very crisp. It's very sweet, and I feel like, the Mei-Chang, I can really smell the Mei-Chang in it in a good way. Some people don't like Mei-Chang, but I like it, and I feel like the citruses in it really round it out. And it's wonderful. So Sunkissed, we actually had a couple of years ago, and I love it so much. It's probably in my top 5. I feel like whenever I do these videos, I'm like, this is my favorite oil of all time. But for reals, this is in my top 5 favorite oils of all time. I was so excited that we decided to bring this one back because it's just so beautiful. And the aroma is really robust. It's really strong.
Did you say Sunkissed was brought back?
Yes, we've had Sunkissed before.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been 2 years ago. So if you guys remember, a couple years ago, during JCAM, when we did like the 90s, the 70s, 80s, 90s, like we did the decades, and we had that really kind of fun 90s style packaging, that's the last time that we had Sunkissed. So I think that was summer 2019.
So this was this a different Did it have a different name then?
Nope, it was still called Sunkissed.
Still called Sunkissed?
I actually saw someone on social media the other day, like 2 days before we launched these. It was so hard to like not say anything because they posted their bottle of Sunkissed from a couple years ago, and they were so bummed that they ran out, and they were looking to see if somebody had a bottle that they would trade them. And I so badly wanted to be like, just hold on a couple more days. And then, a couple days later it came back. And I checked on that post and said, hey, did you see that we have it back now? And they were really excited because they were able to get it. I
was just going to say, Darby, I can smell the lime. And I'm surprised that it doesn't have like vanilla in it. And I know
you smell vanilla in there?
I can, it smells, the thing I like about the two blends you've talked about so far is they are citrusy, and I like citrusy. I mean, that's not the only smell, but I definitely get some of the citrus in it.
I guess I didn't read I talked about there's mei-chang and citrus in there, but let me just quickly go over, guys, what all is in there if you're curious of it.
There's no vanilla,
there's
and
no
I smell like a vanilla
and that's
smell.
interesting that you say that. Yeah. See, the smell is so subjective, but I love that you can kind of blend things together and make it smell like that. But we have blood orange. That's probably why I love it so much too. I love blood orange. We have pink grapefruit. We have mei-chang, lavender, lemon. We have tangerine. You know why you're smelling vanilla? Peru balsam.
Oh, Peru balsam is in there.
Peru balsam is in there, and Peru balsam is very similar to vanilla. In fact, it's used a lot of time in blending to kind of replicate vanilla. So that's why you're smelling the vanilla in there. And then there's lime. And you said you picked up on the lime right away, and lime is actually like the last ingredient in here, but lime is that strong.
One thing, so Peru balsam, is it, I know it has a similar smell to vanilla. It doesn't mix. It's not a mix problem like vanilla is. Vanilla, when you put it into
Yeah, vanilla is hard to mix in products. We find that a lot. Peru balsam is not as bad. However, it doesn't always translate the same.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't necessarily, like sometimes when we're making like an essential oil blend, we could put Peru balsam in there to kind of give it that vanilla-y smell. But if we were doing body products and stuff, Peru balsam, you have to be really careful with it on your skin. And then also it just doesn't translate the same as vanilla does. But if we're wanting just to add that little bit of vanilla undertone into a blend without, putting that vanilla in there and having the risk of it not mixing well or playing nice with the other oils in there, we'll put a little bit of Peru balsam in there. And then our last blend is a brand new one. And this one is called Farm Fresh Flowers.
And I can take that one up there.
And so Danny, for our Facebook and YouTube friends, he's going to put that up close to you guys. So Farm Fresh Flowers, if you are a floral fan, I like how every season we kind of come up with something for everybody. Yeah. So for our citrus lovers, Sunkissed is going to be for you. For our more earthy people, they're going to want Mountain Retreat. And if you're a floral person, you're going to want Farm Fresh Flowers. If you're like me and love all of it, then you just get the set and get all three. So Farm Fresh Flowers, it's been a long time since I smelled this one. This one is very floral and very green. Like, it just has like kind of that green, earthy smell. The goal behind this, when I was talking to our team that developed these blends, kind of the purpose was they wanted to get the feeling like if you're going to like a farmer's market and there's those fresh picked flowers that you can sometimes buy, then this is the smell that you're going to kind of have lingering on your hands from those fresh picked flowers. So you're going to get the green of the stem, you're going to get the green of the leaves, you're going to get the flowers in there. It's just that really fresh kind of outdoorsy smell. If you are not a floral fan, you're not going to want this because it does have a lot of floral in it. We have Pomarosa in here, lavender, bergamot, turmeric, and then we have rhododendron and we have rose. In here. And I smell the rose a lot.
Yeah, I actually don't mind it, and I'm not a flower person. Yeah. So I don't know if it's the rhododendron or, I'll have to smell rhododendron by itself again, but.
It's another one that tickles my nose. Yeah. It's a strong floral. Can I tell them a funny story about when we were talking about.
Totally.
So we were talking about like packaging designs and stuff like that and graphics to go along with some of these oils and products, and when we came to Farm Fresh Flowers, it got brought up. This was not a serious thing, but we jokingly said, how about we have a cow on there like with a like flower garland on it, because you know, farm, because like whenever I think of like farm, I think of like a red barn and cows and all of that. So we were like jokingly saying we should put like a cow on it with like with a flower crown or something on it.
Why didn't they
but
do
that?
That
Didn't.
would have been awesome.
It wouldn't have went well with some of the others. It just was being silly.
Well.
So those are the blends themselves. So there's 3 of them, our Farm Fresh Flowers, Sunkissed, and Mountain Retreat. Like I said, guys, you don't have to pick just one. You can have all of them, but that gives you a little bit of idea. So if you have a preference, or there's one that you're kind of like, I'm not so sure if I want to go with that one, that kind of gives you a good idea. And next I'm going to talk about, these are the products that I actually worked on. And the first one, and I told you guys before, you'll see really quickly that I'm partial to Sunkissed. I wasn't the only one that made this decision, but I definitely said a lot. So we came out with a lotion for this summer called Sunkissed Body Lotion. So we used our Sunkissed blend in our aloe and shea lotion, and it is absolutely beautiful. I just want to put this up close to you guys so you can see how the color of the lotion and the label go together.
Yeah.
It almost looks like butter to me. You know,
It does.
it's just, and it goes on so well. I usually like something a little, I have really dry skin, so I usually like something a little bit thicker, like a cream or like a body butter, but this is extremely moisturizing. So if you have really dry hands, this one goes on really well. It absorbs really well. And I mean, I just want to sit and sniff my hands all day long because it has Sunkissed in it. And it's so nice.
I actually was going to show them. So they were asking if we're going to do a giveaway. Mm-hmm. I think we should.
I think we should too.
And I can't remember who asked that. But I was going to show you, like, my knuckles are pretty dry. So I thought maybe you'd be able to see
Oh, yeah.
my
Let's
knuckles.
see this. Let's see this stuff.
So I'll show you guys.
Look at that. Look at those
They're
crusty
little
knuckles.
Crunchy. So I'll try to show.
Crusty, crunchy knuckles.
So they're really dry, and I hate, I don't like putting lotion on my hands, and my wife loves it when I rub her feet with lotion, and I don't do it very often because
You should with the Sunkissed, Danny. She would love you forever. I know
I was
Danny's
just gonna
wife,
show
and I know
ya-
she'd love this.
Yeah, I was just going to show you, like, this doesn't leave my hands really...
It doesn't leave them greasy.
Yeah.
I've always been kind of weird about like lotions and stuff that I use because I work on a keyboard a lot during the day, and I don't want like my greasy fingerprints all over it. And our body products are really good at absorbing really well. And that's actually something that we take into account in the development process. We test all this stuff. Guys, I got jars and jars of this on my desk while it was in the development process, just to make sure everything was blending correctly, making sure nothing was floating to the surface, checking like how it, you know, it went into the skin and all of that. So there's a lot of love and care that goes into making sure that this is perfect before it goes out to you. And it really is.
And your guys' feedback is really good. By the way, I apologize. My hands are not, I'm not a hand model. It's obvious that I'm not a hand model.
Well, I
but
think that this
I
has
was
come up
hoping
almost on every live Danny and I do together where he tries to talk about his hands and his feet. So I think
That's
he
true.
wants
Maybe
to
I
be a
want
hand
to be.
model. I think he does. But are your hands really soft now, Danny?
Yeah, and they're not greasy. That's what I was trying to show you, is like they're not greasy. And so, like when I'm touching my screen on my phone, you can tell that there's something on my fingers. So like
yeah, and that's what I was, telling him too. Like sometimes when you even use lotions and stuff like that, and it leaves the fingerprints. I don't think, like for me personally, it's not as bad.
Yeah,
with these, and especially, I mean, you still got to, like with any lotion, you've got to rub it in really well. But I feel like it absorbs into your skin, and if your skin's thirsty, it'll absorb it even more.
Yeah, and usually I will put it so my palms don't get really dry, but my knuckles do.
That's how I am too. And then they crack and then they hurt.
So I'll usually put it on my hands, and then as I'm working on things, the stuff on my palms of my hands gets pushed in there faster. And anyway, I just...
Well, thank you for demonstrating that for us, Danny.
You're so very welcome.
So speaking of body products, I'm going to just jump into talking about the other things that I got to work on. So we came out with 2 liquid hand soaps for summer. One using, can you guess which one it is? What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Sunkissed.
It's a good choice.
And look at the color. I just love how Sunkist, because it has so many of those really bright citrus oils in it, like how it blended in with like the lotion and the soap. The soap is like bright orange. It's so vibrant and it goes so well with the packaging. It smells amazing.
I'll have to show these
Out
guys
of
too.
all of our liquid hand soaps that we've done, I feel like this Sunkist soap really comes out strong. Like if you like the Sunkist smell, the aroma comes out really well in this liquid hand soap. It's really, really nice. And I actually should have shown that first, because usually what I say is like wash your hands really good with our liquid hand soap and then use our lotion afterwards. And that's kind of went into the thought process of we came out with the Sunkist set. So that was something kind of different this summer. So with the Sunkist set, you can actually get the lotion and you can get the hand soap and then you get the Sunkist blend. You get all three of them and you get it for a little bit of a discounted price by buying them in this set. And kind of the thought process behind that was so you could, you know, have the smell everywhere around you all the time. You could diffuse it, you can go wash your hands, and then you can apply the lotion right afterwards because it's just great. And then we did also come out with a Mountain Retreat in a liquid hand soap as well. It also smells great. The blend did really well in this. I actually got to be in the room when they were
testing
mixing,
it,
like starting to mix these, and the smell like around it while they were, you know, putting it all together. It's really, really great.
On Friday we had that live where they talked about taking a blend and putting it into one of the products and how it can break things down.
Yeah, and how I watched the live. They showed how they like in the jelly, how it can separate.
Do you know if we had any of those problems with these? I'm guessing that
We
they
did
didn't
not
because
with
they
these
have them,
ones.
but I
We
mean,
did not with these ones, but people probably did notice that we didn't choose farm fresh flowers to be in a hand soap, and that actually is because during our testing process, it just didn't want to play nice with the soap, and that does happen. And I thought that was really cool that Jesse and Bradley showed that to us, because that does happen a lot. Like our products have to go through a really big journey before it's finalized. It kind of is not, I wish sometimes it was as simple as just like picking one of the oils and saying, I want to put this in the lotion and I want to put this in the soap, because that would be great. But it actually, we try to test all of them in these bases. They go through stability in the lab with our lab team, and then we're able to find out like if it's possible, if they can hold up in this base. And sometimes they work beautifully, like our Mountain Retreat and Sunkist did, and sometimes they just don't work, you know. And it's actually a kind of an interesting process to like watch the oils go through that journey.
So Christina was saying, which by the way, I talked to Christina. I didn't actually get to talk to her on the phone, but I texted Christina the other day because she makes these awesome, she made me a shampoo bar with holly berries in it.
Oh,
it was amazing.
Christina, you know the way to Danny's heart.
Yeah, it was, seriously, I could use those every day. But Christina was saying that, are we ever going to make a hydrating liquid soap? She says that this current liquid soap dries her hands out.
Okay, that's good to know.
So this is good feedback,
this
because
is excellent feedback.
I actually have had the opposite experience with these soaps. And I've actually taken the ones from the studio when we're done with them, and I take them and put them in our bathroom so that I can use them instead of the foaming soap that we have.
Yeah,
And,
I'm the same way when you go like the industrial
Yeah,
hand
I mean,
soaps that you see in a lot of places. These are definitely more moisturizing than that. But that's super good feedback, Christina.
Yeah,
and I
Christina,
know
let us
that
know.
you know, we all have different skin types, and so it could be drying to some skin types. It could be pretty moisturizing. I will tell you though, I mean, I can't give away too many things obviously, but we definitely are working on some things.
Brooke was wondering, how long are the soaps good for?
I just saw that, and I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to answer that. So I usually recommend 1 to 2 years, just because, and it kind of is going to depend on how you're storing them too. What could possibly happen if you just kind of aren't using them within that time frame is you just might notice the aroma and stuff diminishes, but probably a good solid 2 years. I mean, if you're not exposing it to a lot of, like, you're not just dumping water and stuff into it, but you're just kind of keeping it in a cupboard to use, you know,
Yeah.
Probably get a good, usually on our product education sheets, I like to say 1 to 2 years.
Yeah,
Right?
I've never had my soap last that long.
Yeah, I was gonna say I go through. I mean, I have 2 little boys.
Yeah,
guys, they're gross.
my 4-year-olds use
I love them, and
soap way more than they
they
should.
don't use. Like you use a pump of soap, you scrub your hands, you rinse. My children literally take it and they just pump, 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 pump until like soap is literally dripping down their arms.
Yeah.
I guess that means they're clean.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
but the good thing is that they're using plant therapy soap at home, so I'm like, well, I know what all is in that soap, so I guess if you're going to cover your body with it, then it's going to work.
Christina, if you get a chance, reach out to some of these people who, or you guys, if you're watching and you want to know the recipe for Christina's bars, I'm telling you, I've used different DIY products in the past, and I felt like they fell apart really quickly, like a hand soap and stuff like this. Her recipe worked really good.
And shampoo bars are hard. So
Yeah, it
Christina,
lasted
that's fantastic.
I thought I was going to get a one-time use with it. It lasted all week, and I think she gave me 2. It might have even lasted 2 weeks. And I shower every day, not because I have to. I just get all stinky, and my wife makes me.
Smells.
I know. I didn't want to.
Well, you never
didn't want to
smelled
give the
me,
wrong
Danny.
impression. But
that's
yeah,
awesome. Good job, Christina. I
Yeah.
love shampoo bars. That's all I use.
I'd love one with
Sunkissed?
Sunkissed.
Me too.
I'd probably even do Mountain Retreat.
I was going to say, I want every single body product they could possibly make in Sunkissed. In fact, I will probably drive our lab team crazy because I'll be like, hey, can you put Sunkissed in this? I mean, I know it was for summer. So like fall's going to come around, which this is crazy. Fall stuff is already happening and pretty much all decided upon what it's going to be.
But you're like, maybe I can.
But I'm like, can I sneak some like Sunkissed and we can just call it
Like
Orchard Sun?
Winter
or
Sun.
something?
Call it.
Winter Sun.
Orchard Sun.
We could do that, right? Like, not a big deal. Okay, so we talked about soaps, we talked about lotion, we talked about blends. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about, I was not part of this process, the beautiful and amazing Nyla. This is her project, and I haven't tried this yet either.
Yeah,
Have you got to try this, Danny?
I did. I opened up this one and tried it.
So we have we have a limited edition CBD flavor. So if you guys are our CBD users, which I know right now only our US customers can use our CBD. I'm sorry to all of our international customers, but if you currently use CBD with us, our everyday wellness drops, we launched a seasonal flavor, mango. I love mango flavoring, but I will be honest, I haven't got to try this one yet, but I want to because I love mango flavoring.
You can try that one if you want.
Is this one? Which one's open?
That one.
Is that one open?
It doesn't look open, but
I was
it
going
is.
to say it doesn't look open. But this comes in our
this one
3
is.
everyday wellness strengths. We have our 500 milligram, our 1,000, and 2,500, and they're all the same flavor. Oh, and I wanted to point this out too. So this is a new bottle. So we normally have like the white frosted glass on our CBD, and for these ones, they came with the amber glass, which I think is super pretty.
Yeah, it looks really good with that
I want to
label.
smell it too. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. What does that smell like?
Hopefully mango.
I mean mango. It does, but I mean it smells like a candy that I've had before.
You know what it made me think of is high chews.
Yeah, my oldest son loves high chews. Okay, guys, this might be like really awkward. I'm gonna try this right here on the live. I'm gonna put a little bit in so I can taste it. Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Yeah, I was gonna show a close up of.
Yeah, show Facebook and on YouTube, guys. That is so good. Like, and I always with CBD, I like for it to kind of think about the taste and after it's sat in my mouth for a little bit because sometimes it changes, and this has a really pleasant aftertaste too. I had somebody on Instagram ask, do the CBD have essential oils in them? No, we do not put essential oils in them, but they do have all natural flavoring. So this is 100% natural flavoring, food grade flavoring that we put in these, but not essential oils. We do not put those in our CBD.
In fact, the ingredients are MCT oil, which is coconut oil, and natural flavoring. And that's it.
Yeah.
It says recommended use, you shake well, place 1 ml or dropper full. I don't know if I showed you guys that very well in the camera, but it's got a dropper that has 1 ml, 0.75, 0.5, and 0.25.
Yeah, I love that because CBD is something that every single person that uses CBD is going to have kind of a different experience with it, and it's a very personal product, and so you can adjust it and use it how is best for you. That's why we offer multiple strengths of the CBD, and then we do, like Danny just described on our dropper, we give the different measurements and the increments. I always recommend to people, if you're just starting with CBD, to start out slow, to kind of gauge how you're doing, because you can always work your way up. So don't be afraid to just use a little bit and to try it and to give it a little bit of time and work your way up. But I love our CBD products. I had never used CBD until Plant Therapy came out with it, and now I love it. My husband and I both use it on a regular basis, and I will probably be buying this today.
Yeah,
because
pretty
this
good.
is
It's a limited
so
edition too.
Good.
So.
It is. It's limited edition. So the mango flavoring is only here. And I did see somebody ask if this flavor was available in the full spectrum, because we have the broad spectrum, and then if you are in a state where you can have full spectrum, but we did not do the limited edition flavors in full spectrum. It's actually, at this time, it's only available in our broad spectrum.
Yeah, in fact, our our full spectrum CBD, we can't actually produce it here.
Yeah, so here in Idaho. Yeah, here in Idaho, our full spectrum CBD, we actually have to have it made someplace else. Like, we work very closely with them, obviously, but they have to make it for us because we can't produce it in Idaho, and we can't sell it in Idaho either.
Do you know much about the full spectrums? Anna Ellis was wondering if what has happened with the 1,500 milligram full spectrum CBD. Is it milligram? 1,500?
1,500 is only in full spectrum. We don't carry the 1,500 increment in the broad spectrum. I don't have a lot of details on why that is currently unavailable. I would definitely reach out to CS at planttherapy.com, because I know they are much better equipped with those details than myself. I don't work a lot with the CBD. I did when I was in retail. I sold the CBD quite a bit, but I just get to listen to Nyla talk about CBD all the time, and I love it because Nyla knows so much about it and has done so much research, and she's very sweet and lets me do flavor testings with her too. So I've got to taste all kind of flavors. I didn't get to taste the mango one though when it was in development, so I'm glad I got to taste it today because it's really good.
Have you tasted? I remember tasting when we first started looking into carrying CBD. They were looking for a supplier that had CBD that didn't taste disgusting. Do you remember did you ever get to try some of the testing stuff?
No, no. Everyone that I have tried during the testing process has tasted. I mean, there's been some flavors that I've tasted that I was like, no, that doesn't work.
But even the unflavored is not bad. If you've ever had MCT oil as part of your diet,
which is just coconut. It's just coconut oil, and so that's what I would always. That's how I would describe it. So if you want kind of a description on like the flavor, like if you don't like flavors and you're still worried about getting like the unflavored CBD, the only thing, get a little bit of that oily consistency from the coconut, like the feeling, the texture, but it truly is unflavored. And that was something that excited a lot of customers when I used to sell CBD, is because it is kind of hard to find CBD that doesn't have like that kind of dirt, hempy taste to it. And our unflavored, when we say unflavored, it genuinely is unflavored.
Have a flavor.
So if you don't like flavorings, that is always an option to get that. But I like flavors because I think it adds a little bit of extra flair and fun. I usually go for more of like the citrusy pina colada is the very first one that I tried, and it stuck with me. I love that one, and that's what this one kind of reminds me of a little bit, just that sweetness of the pina colada. I saw someone ask if we're going to be offering flavorings in the ISO, and at this time we are not. That's not to say that that isn't something that could happen in the future, but at this time we aren't doing the ISOs flavored. And then this one, like, the mango, it's just limited edition. I want to show you guys the box too, if I didn't show it earlier. Look at that cute box. It matches all of our other summer products, and I just love the colors. It's so bright and just gives the vibe of summer. Like all of our products, when I look at them, I can just instantly just think of like sunshine and being outside in summertime. And I love them.
I feel bad. Juliet was saying that she can't try any of the CBD products because she lives outside.
Oh, Julia, I'm so sorry. I know, and I hope that can change.
Yeah.
Someday. I really hope that it can change.
And did you see that Chenoa likes my shoes? These were actually given to me by my son.
That's what I was going to say. I think that he had told me before that his son gave him those.
Yeah, and he's mad at me because he's like, Dad, why aren't you keeping your shoes clean? And I was like, I'm trying. How do you
your son
wear
told
your
you
shoes?
That?
Yeah,
Man,
he's
well,
a shoe
I got
guy.
to thinking about it. My boys, probably just in a couple years, they'll be able to share shoes with me.
Jen has a really good question.
Yes.
Especially for somebody who is certified in aromatherapy. So Jen was wondering, what does broad spectrum mean, and is it different from a CBD isolate?
Yes. So what broad spectrum means, there's a process that CBD goes through when it's extracted from the hemp plant. They usually use like a hydro type of distillation to pull like all those oils. The hemp plant has so many different oils in them. They're called cannabinoid oil. I can never say it right.
Yeah,
cannabinoids. Yeah, cannabinoids. Yeah. There you go. That's the one. That's why I always call it just CBD, because that's what that means. But it's made up of all different kinds. And so when you're just taking the extract of all of them together just to produce your regular CBD, usually THC, which is a cannabinoid oil, is in there, and it has to go through another process to have that THC completely removed. And so when you remove the THC completely from it, you get what is called broad spectrum. If there's still trace amounts of that THC in there, then it's full spectrum. So full spectrum has usually very, very minute, very small amounts of THC.
I think legally it has to be like
0.3%.
Yeah, it has to be pretty low.
It's really, really low. So, but it is in there in full spectrum. And so for states like Idaho and such that we can't have any trace of THC, we do the broad spectrum because it does go through that extra process of having that THC removed. And then our ISO products are really cool because you have like the CBD, which is the extract of the plant as a whole, and then we've went through and actually we've isolated out certain other parts like CBC, like it's in our pain oil, and CBN for our sleep. And so we've isolated those particular components, and then we've added them on top of the CBD.
Yeah, so a hemp extract, this is how I have always understood it. A hemp extract has everything that the plant has, all of the constituents that the plant has.
Nice word, Danny.
And which are just the building blocks of that hemp plant. CBD makes up 90% of the hemp plant.
Yes.
And the hemp extract has, kind of like Darbie was saying, it's really common to just call the hemp extract CBD because it's so much of it is CBD. But there's lots of other little elements. THC is one of them, like you were saying, CBC, CBG, and each of those, because CBD is, and the hemp extract is still being researched, so it's still being researched. There's just not a lot of research under it.
It's really newly being researched now that it's kind of being able to be researched.
So because of that, we've just I love the isolates because there may be like if you're taking something that's helping in one batch of CBD, and then you take another batch of CBD and it's not helping, it may have been those little trace elements of CBG or whatever it was.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we don't, this is another kind of fun thing about our CBD that I thought was pretty cool with our isolates, is that we don't add, so a lavender plant, lanolule, is one of those constituents.
I would never say that right either.
Thank you.
Pete is very good at pronouncing constituents. So Pete, I know you're watching today. I saw you. So you should listen to how Danny said that.
Lanolule. Now I can't even say it. But we don't add, so like a lanolule is a really favorable constituent to have in lavender because it helps with lots of things.
Yeah, primarily
inflammation.
inflammation, primarily with relaxation. It's very, very good. That's actually what makes lavender so soothing.
So if we have a batch that comes in and it has a whatever percentage of lanolin, we don't actually add lanolin to it. You can get natural isolates or natural, get and add that to your plant, oil. We don't do that.
No.
But because our CBD is it's really important to know how much of what you're getting of CBG and all those little constituents. Anyway, I just think that's really
It's
cool.
really cool. And CBD too, guys, it is different than essential oils. I'd have people ask all the time, are essential oils the same as like CBD, the essential oil of the marijuana plant?
Right.
And it's not. It's a completely different process that it goes through. It's a different type of oil than that. And there's just so much to it. And it's really exciting that there is a lot more research being done on it, because there are literally those little constituents Danny talked about, those isolates, like, what we talked about that we put in our ISO products. There's literally hundreds of isolates, and not all of them have even been studied on what they can do. There's just like certain ones that a lot of research has went into how, what they can help with and what they can assist with. I saw Cecilia put on here, one plant, so many products. It's so true. It's one plant that can produce so many different things. And so if you're on the fence of trying it, I recommend it. I really like it. It's helped me a lot. My husband uses it. It helps him a lot. I did see someone put on Instagram, they asked if we have CBD for dogs. And do we have CBD for dogs, Danny?
We do.
We can finally say yes to that. For so long since we came out with CBD, we had to always say, no, we don't have any that's been developed for dogs. But now we do. Those just came out a couple weeks ago. Well, probably closer to a month
maybe
ago
a month.
now.
Yeah.
That's how fast time's going. But we now we have Cbd oil drops, which I just started using with my little dog that has severe car anxiety, and she loves it. And I use the drops and I just sprinkle it on her food, and she doesn't even know. And then we have Cbd Dog Treats now too.
I actually ate one on purpose.
True
I
story.
I did it on purpose, and they're not bad.
He really did. Yes, and he approves of their flavor. I don't recommend doing that on the regular, but just so you know, Danny ate it and he was fine.
So Maggie May has a really good question. Is it safe to, I'm guessing she's talking about CBD. Is it safe to use with medication?
So Maggie, you definitely want to reach out to your doctor about that, because that's going to be different for every single person. I always recommend people reach out to their physician if they do have a medical condition, if they are on medications. I recommend this even with essential oils. If you are taking a various amount of medications, your doctor is going to be better equipped to tell you if incorporating something new into your lifestyle. We're paused on, hold on.
That's my wife, calling.
But what I was saying is, you're definitely going to want to talk to your physician, because it can be very, very person to person, and your doctor is going to have a lot more information on how CBD or essential oils in general would interact with those. So if you are on some medications or have a very serious medical condition, before incorporating any new products, you want to talk to your doctor.
So we were talking about giving some stuff away, and my wife called because we're supposed to be feeding somebody at 6 o'clock. So I'm supposed to be making, you guys, I make a really good chicken taco.
Well, don't tell me that, because I wasn't even invited to your dinner.
One of these days I'll have to make
bring them in here
chicken tacos.
And then we'll do a live.
We should do a DIY.
And how I describe the scents of the oils, I'll describe the flavor of Danny's chicken tacos.
I've even convinced Jesse to let me try putting food through his diffuser. He just bought, or not a diffuser, sorry.
I was like, what?
Yeah, not a diffuser.
I think Alexa did a TikTok on putting food in a diffuser, Danny.
Yeah, no, I want to do a complete Thanksgiving dinner through his,
Is it like his machine that kind of takes the raw plant material and puts it into essential oil?
Why can't I think?
I don't know what it's called.
This is horrible. It's because my mind is thinking about my wife. She's probably so what we're going to do is, if you are watching, and we want you to leave a comment. Leave a comment by midnight tonight, and we'll see if CS can pick a winner from each of the platforms.
I love that idea.
And
so Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Keep commenting. Maybe tell us like which one of these summer products you are dying to get your hands on, or maybe it might be a little too soon for you if you got them in the mail already. I know a lot of people have ordered, but I know that you guys, you can either tell us which ones you ordered and they're on their way to you, or which ones you are dying to try, and our CS team can reach out to you and let you know if you won.
Yeah, and we'll let them choose what they're going to give you too.
Yeah, and they get to, it can be a surprise.
Yeah, so it wouldn't hurt for you to say something nice about the CS team.
Right, which I give them a plug every live, but our CS team, our customer satisfaction team is
so
truly
amazing.
They are some of and they're just as genuinely great in real life as they are when they talk to you guys on the screen. They're really good.
Yeah, there's a reason that they are doing what they're doing.
We handpicked them for a reason because they're great.
They're the kind of people you want as friends all the time.
Absolutely. Some of them are my friends in real life.
So, well, thank you so much, Darbie, for coming in.
This was kind of a long one. I hope you guys didn't mind sticking around a little bit. Danny and I, when we get together, we like to talk about lots of things. And these summer products, I just was really passionate and excited to talk about. So I'm really glad you guys
appreciate your
watched.
comments as well.
Absolutely. And any feedback that you guys can give, I always love to hear it. I go through comments on all of our posts and all of our videos because I love to see, good, bad, indifferent, whatever. I want to hear all about it because we take those things very, very seriously. So please share your feedback with us.
Oh, there she goes again. And So the last thing I want to remind you guys, I think we're doing a live tomorrow night at 4 o'clock, like a micro live again. I can't remember what we're talking about. And then our show on Friday at 9:30 a.m. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have Chris on, Chris and Amanda. So Chris, for those of you who don't know, Chris and Amanda are the owners of Plant Therapy. One of the most generous couples you will ever meet.
Absolutely, super good people.
You definitely want to tune in because I have a feeling they might be throwing stuff at you, kind of like Oprah does on her Oprah's Favorites.
Yeah, so you don't want to miss that show, and it's at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and you can watch on Facebook and YouTube. Right?
Yes,
those are the
Facebook
two
and
channels.
YouTube.
Yes. So sorry, Instagram. Friends, our big live shows we do on Friday, we only do on Facebook and YouTube. So hopefully you can get one of those.
And the only reason, and we may change that again one of these days. If you please give us your feedback on the lives. If you do want to see us return to having the full live on Instagram, let us know. Currently, we're not doing it because we're trying to improve the Instagram experience, and we just couldn't do that in the way we were doing it before. So anyway, thanks again, Darbie.
Yes, thank you guys. I'm glad I got to see you again for a little bit, and hopefully I get to see you soon.
We'll see you on Friday or tomorrow or
or sometime.
Sometime soon.
We'll see you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.